dealing with IRS responsibilities when you have an injury case. So if you've seen some of my videos before, I've talked about the fact that injury recoveries are not taxable, meaning you don't pay taxes on the money that you get as a result of an injury case, for the most part, unless you're getting lost wages or something that's economic in nature. But that doesn't really apply or really mean anything for the purpose of if you already have tax liability, you're behind in your taxes, the IRS is coming after you for overdue or unpaid taxes, and now you have an injury case. What should you do? I was having lunch with a buddy of mine that does tax. Basically, he helps people that are being audited by the IRS. He helps people that are in the position where they owe tax to the IRS and the IRS is coming after them to try to resolve their tax disputes. And what he said to me was, well, if you have clients in that situation where they owe money to the IRS and the IRS is coming after them and then they get injured and they have an open injury case, it is best for that client to handle that tax liability before they resolve the injury case, especially if the injury case could result in a lot of money. Why? Because if right now I owe the IRS, I don't know, $20,000 and I'm making $40,000 a year and I have a lot of debt and I don't really have the ability to pay a lot of money, the IRS is going to be willing to enter into an agreement with me where I pay them on a payment plan. And that amount of money may not be a significant amount of money at the end of the day that I'm paying monthly. And it could be an agreement where at the end of the day I pay back some of my tax liability, but not all of it, and the IRS is satisfied with that. However, if I've settled my case, and let's say I had a significant injury, so I am receiving $200,000. Well, guess what? At that point in time, the IRS is not going to be willing to enter into a payment plan where I'm paying a small amount of money every month. They're not going to be willing to really work with me for the most part in reducing my tax liability. They're going to want to expect to get paid in full or as much as possible because they know that you are receiving or have received a substantial amount of money. And so if you have tax liability and you get injured, it's very important to address the tax liability before your injury case actually resolves, because that's going to put you in the best position to get a good resolution in the tax case. Anyway, if you didn't know, now you know.